I'm Matt. I'm with the Volunteer Riders. We're here at the Little Brown Jug. Traveled out of Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to try to race this weekend. Got 4 or 5 volunteer riders here with us. See how we can all do. Maybe the best volunteer rider can have some bragging rights when we get back to our next meeting. Ready to go, get Kobe some more redemption out here 2 years ago since he broke his wrist. So he's drugged me along here for the past 2 years. Getting to hang out and stay with the Dimlit Studios crew. It's awesome, very hospitality, and it's very excited. We're 2 tests in so far. This first test was 7.4 miles. Down in the creek bottoms, it's still really slick, so got to let some air tire pressure out for these next few. I was sliding, I laid it down once in that first test. Got over to the second, got reset, got some water, took off. It was 7.1 miles, and it was nice, silty sand. It was 4th and 5th gear as hard as we could go for the 7 miles. Got to get some fuel and some water, and 3 more tests to go. Just finished the Little Brown Jug, and last time we talked was after test number 2. We came up, had about a 30-minute break, and went into test 3. I thought we transferred over to the Rolling Hills Farms. It wasn't a transfer. As soon as we got in the woods, we had to take off, and we had to zigzag through some pine trees for about 3 miles, and then officially got onto the Rolling Hills Farm. Zigzagged back through some more pine trees all over the property, past the fire roads and all the main 4-wheeler roads, and we came back down around the bottom of the property and came up a creek bed, which stumped all the Florida riders. The Tennessee guys know how to ride them rocks, nobody else does. So we flew through there and came back up and zigzagged a lot more cedar tree, came around by Kobe's tree where he broke his wrist 2 years ago, and came up. We were right behind the shop at the Rolling Hills Farm and saw it. Kept looking over at that cabin and knew there was cold water and a shower and air conditioning, and I thought about it really hard, but decided I need to keep going through with it. So dropped into some more pine trees and zigzagged, and the test 3 that was on the Rolling Hills Farm was twice the length of the first and second test, so we jumped straight into it after a long gas break, and I wasn't ready for it. And then we had a nice 15-minute break before test number 4, which was a nice, short, fast piece of land. They said it was 5 miles. It felt more like 3 to me, but I can't judge mileage to save my life, so who knows. Got done with it, and thankfully we had a 15 to 20-minute break again in a nice shady spot, and jumped into test 5, which they say was 12.5 miles. I'd say by about 7 miles in, I was ready to go, and those last 5 miles felt like 50. It got nice and hot, and we were not under any tree cover for most of it. We're out in grass fields and big open areas of woods, so it was, all this heat we're feeling today was right on top of us. I was thankful to see that finish line, come over here, get some nice cold water, and chill out for a minute. It was a good race, but I'm glad it's over with.